I am Dixie, and today I want to talk to you about something that has become absolutely fascinating to me and that I am very, very passionate about. And that is this intangible place inside of each one of us, the intangible you. And I want to talk to you about this place because for most of my life, I didn't even realize it existed. And now that I know that it's there and I'm learning more and more about it, it has just, I think it's fascinating. It's just become amazing to me. So, a few things just to make everyone aware. This place inside of you, and I've heard it compared to different things. Michael Singer calls it the seat of your soul. Some people call it mindfulness. Some people call it your soul. Some people call it a garden or different things. But the important part is that we all have one. There's all a place inside of each one of us. And I think it's absolutely amazing because that place inside of you is specific for you. It is designed specifically and individually just for you. It's a place inside of you where no one else can go. No one else can see it. No one else can take care of it. It's only you that can go there, that you can be in that place. And it's not a tangible place. It's not anything that you could see or, you could show somebody else. But it's very, very real. That intangible part that I was talking about. I believe in this place, and another terminology that I love is the sacred place of peace. This place where we can go. It's sacred. It's a place where we're safe. It's a place where we can be free. I believe in that place is the source of all the things that we seek in life. That is the source of wisdom, the source of joy. And it's not us. It's not like, you have all of these things, although I believe you do. But I just believe that's the place where we can go to obtain those things for ourselves. I believe those things all come from God. But when we go into that place inside of us, when we start to recognize that it's there, we start to take care of it and nurture that place. That is where we find those things that we desperately need, that wisdom, that love, that peace. They're all there already. And I believe, God gives those to us. I really like the analogy of that place being a garden. And the more that I've explored that and kind of looked at my life and seen that, I can really see some of the similarities and some of the ways that this makes perfect sense to me. I actually have in my mind this place when I close my eyes and I go inside that I can picture as real as if sitting here with you today. It has become that for me. It didn't start that way. At first, it was kind of a cloudy, fuzzy picture, and then kind of almost like a cartoon picture on a page. And the more that I have learned about it, the more I've practiced and gone deeper in myself, the more real that place has become for me. And so I believe, that every single person has one. And I definitely know that you can have that place and not realize it's there, because that's what I did most of my life. I think of some of the authors that I've learned about recently, and I just thought, wow, this is not a new concept. This is not something that I just learned, this intangible part of us. This is something that they've been talking about pretty much since time began. And it really dawned on me when Jesus was here, he spent a lot of time away by himself. He'd say he'd go, commune with God or whatever. And I really believe this is where he would go. I used to picture him, kneeling on the ground and saying these prayers or repeating these words or whatever. And now I'm like, no, he was going to that place, probably away from everyone else, but he was going to a place inside where he got to connect with God and to remember who he was and to remember who God is and what life is about and all of those kind of things. And I really, as I have practiced this more and more, I really believe that this is the wellspring that is what everyone else sees. That place inside of you, if it is like mine was most of my life, a living hell, a place that, garbage was dumped in there and weeds were growing all over and there was nobody taking care of this place. It was hell inside. It can be something like that, or as I've learned to go in and I'm starting to differentiate and learn who I am and who I'm not and what is part of me and what needs to go and how to get rid of those things. And it has become literally heaven on earth. when I go into this place every day, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. I love the ocean, and anyone who knows me could tell you my favorite place on earth is at the ocean. But since I've started this practice, since I've been able to connect with that deeper part of me, it's even better than that. It's literally like heaven on earth. I go into this place inside, and I know it sounds a little crazy, but it's this intangible place, and it's so real. It's become so real to me that is where I feel safe. That is where all of my dreams and my imaginations and my strength and my courage to get in front of a camera or to write stories down, that's where it's coming from. And I literally feel like, anytime throughout the day, I can go into that place. I'm sitting at my desk at work while I'm driving in my car. I know it's there now, and I recognize that it's my responsibility to take care of this place. No one else even, can get there. It's my responsibility to take care of it. So I hope that kind of spurs something in you, that maybe you start exploring, do I have one of those places, and what does it look like right now, and what do I need to do to get in there and get it cleaned up? Anyway, I like I said, I'm just really passionate and fascinated by this, and I have found the more I've learned about this, the more I'm able to differentiate between the things that are me and the things that are not me. And, like I said, I love the analogy of the garden. I picture this place in my mind and I go there. And now when there are things in my life that I recognize shouldn't be there, I can picture them as a weed. And I know I've talked about that a little bit before. But I want to start exploring a lot more of those things that for me, I didn't realize, were not me. And I thought a lot of those things, I have mentioned thoughts. When I learned that thoughts are not me, that they're not part of who I am, it was like Christmas. It was like the greatest gift I was ever given, because instead of taking responsibility for those things and those being part of that sacred place inside of me, now I can go in and pull them out. I can let them go. They're like birds flying in the sky. They're not me. I don't have to keep them. And that was so freeing. So I want to explore more of those things. I want to talk to you about comparison and why that is the thief of joy, all these different things. But first of all, I wanted to hopefully introduce you to that place. And you don't have to believe me. You can start exploring yourself. Close your eyes and see where you go. See what kind of a place, if there was a place, what would it look like inside of you? Things like that. Anyway, have an awesome day. I'll talk to you soon.